This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. I'm Terralina from California Cover-Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. How you doing this morning, friend?
I am well. And
we want to welcome everybody who might be watching on the replay, right?
Right. And we want to welcome everybody watching on YouTube. I'm seeing some flickering and stuff going on here. Okay. And I saw something glitch over on YouTube. But we're going to roll and act and proceed until apprehended.
Very good.
Okay. So, today is Health and Wealthness. And our guest, Robin, we're looking for her to get in here in a little bit. And then her guest was Lennis Woods Mullins. But I did not get any messages this morning, so I'm trusting all is well. But we're going to proceed till apprehended. Which brings us to change. There may be change. Oh no, there will be change in everything that you do. You can expect change.
Yeah. That's one of the things that is consistent is change. And I think this is a good topic because of the season that we're in. It's the holiday season. For a lot of us, traditions may be changing because some of us are becoming the matriarchs of the family. And as we take the helm, we may want to change some things about how Christmas is celebrated or how the holidays in general are celebrated because times change. Are we still celebrating as though people had to travel 2-3 days just to get
over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house we go.
Exactly.
Grandma might be in a condo right now.
Exactly. And are we celebrating as though it's 1950 when we piled all the kids in the station wagon and drove for hours to get to grandma's house, or days, and grandma had been cooking for months and freezing stuff in the quote unquote deep freezer? Or
to the, in the days when they didn't have a freezer, in the ice box, literally on the porch. And it could be very well all of those things. All of it.
Time for a
change. And sometimes, okay, so here's the thing. Did you remember when Thanksgiving and or Christmas dinner, you're hungry, but you had to wait until...
Well,
we're starving.
We can smell the food.
And I'm like, okay, when do we eat? Then we had to set the table, polish the silver, put the good tablecloth out.
Pull out the china out of the china cabinet.
There was so much work to be done.
And that was fine when there were many hands. But now that people are able to jump on a plane, they only got 2 days before they have to be back at work. Girl, please, can we just enjoy one another's company?
Yes. And Lennis put a clip in here. Hey, Lennis. Hey, Maureen. Lennis, I just sent you that link over on your in this chat here, so you should be able to pop in. There you are. Okay. So Lennis is coming in, and Lennis has been talking about the holidays as well. Hey. We can hear you.
Hi, can you hear me? I'm sorry. I had so much problems getting on, and I'm still working on the video. It's buffering, but you can hear my voice?
We can hear you fine.
Okay, give me a couple of seconds, and I'm deleting some cookies and clearing the cache, and then I think my video might go on. So continue talking about what you're talking about. I'm going to put you on mute, and I'll be back in just a second after I clear the cache.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. So a lot of things have changed when it comes to the holidays. We've got digital devices. They've got the portal, which I know you don't like too much. The portal where you can now talk to grandma and follow the people around the room. I think that would be good for the holidays, the portal, because now nobody has to stand there and do this with their camera.
That is so true.
And so people, they can join in on the festivities and be there for what's happening in the room, because it follows. I wonder what happens if it follows. If there's more than one person, does it get confused and start?
I don't know. I think it widens the screen.
Okay.
What it showed at the store, it widens the view.
So for
the other person,
okay.
Unless you're, in another room,
I don't know either. So any of you who buy a portal and begin to use it, we'd love for you to come on Friday and tell us all about how it works and how did you like it or don't like it or.
I was looking at it in the store, and it did widen the screen to show if the other person was, in proximity of you.
Okay,
and
so
it
then
reminded me a lot of Mevo. You know how Mevo has.
Yes, and it might be using the same kind of technology as Mevo. Mm-hmm. But that's one of the changes that you have to be prepared for. What does that have to do with health and wellness? Everything, because everything is always changing. You changed your mind today. Hopefully for the better.
Yeah. And how you receive change can affect your health. Because if you get all stressed out, well, Grandma, my mom used to do it like this, and it's my turn, and I want this, and I want that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What is that doing to your blood pressure? What is that doing to the actual celebration of family? If everybody's all uptight because we flipped out about something or someone else flipped. You know how you feel when someone else flips out about something?
Yes, and
I
now
didn't know it was that important to her.
And then what happens, now the kids are stressed out and everything. What's wrong with mom? Well, so the kids may just be like, okay, I'm going to go in my room with my iPad or my device and I'll be on Netflix. Y'all call me whenever you come down from that Escalade.
Yeah.
And people, this can be very stressful. Change can be stressful. It doesn't have to be. If you plan for change, plan for somebody that not coming if they decided, I just got everything in everything all laid out. Grandma's coming, so-and-so's coming, so-and-so's coming, everybody's coming, and then they can't make it. What do you mean you can't make it? Okay, calm down. They can't make it. That should have been part of the plan, that somebody may not make the trip. Mm-hmm. You've already got everything laid out and you just assume it's going to go perfect. I'm the hostess with the mostest. I got everything pressed. Ribbons are done. And you put the bows in the kids' hair and they can't go play now. Nope. We got to take the family picture.
Remember that? Sit on the porch.
And you're stressing yourself out and everybody out. But if you put a plan in place, because something's going to change. Somebody may not make it. And when the kids get grown, they're going to have to go to their in-laws' house.
Now, we said something the other day, and that was that change has to be managed.
It does. And it needs to be managed well.
Yeah.
Stuff is going to change. Like here, when on what was it, Wednesday, or is it, the blower comes out in your neighborhood. Well, he's coming, so you buff the windows, you do whatever, you prepare for that change, because he didn't used to come on Wednesday. He used to come on another day, and then now he's like. But the cool thing is that we couldn't hear him.
That's good.
We couldn't hear him. And I got buses that run by and I'm going, okay. And then the dog is barking. I'm like, no, you never barked any time before. But it's part of change and getting prepared for it and not going off the deep end, it's going to be okay.
There you go.
Linus.
Change. For some reason, I couldn't get on the link, kept clicking. Was trying everything, and then finally I said, "When was the last time I deleted cookies and cleared my cache so that I could make this connection?" So when I started clearing it, it was like going and going and going and going. I said, "Oh my God, it must have been at least a couple of days," but because I'm on all the time, so it doesn't take much. So my apologies that I couldn't get on.
Oh, no worries. And I don't think it's your cookies. Who's your internet? Who's your internet provider?
Comcast.
Okay, they may be having an issue in your area because your signal seems to be
fuzzy.
Yes, and it's not your computer. I think it's your signal. Don't worry about it because you're on. And
can you see me at all?
Yes,
we can see you. So we can see you. So if it goes away, your audio should still be there, and we just keep moving.
Okay, all right.
That's how we manage change.
Yeah, really. In this life, because we have so many things inputting into what it is we do, and many of those things are things we can't control, and many of those things that are inputting into us don't have anything to do with the goals and objectives we set for ourselves for that particular day.
Nope.
But yet you still have to go and roll with the punches. And yes, it's stressful. And I know we were going to be talking about, how to stay well and vibrant during the holidays. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I was going to do was show you all kind of what I do in the mornings for my workout, which takes, I spend about an hour a day working out, but this little realm right here is what I'm talking about, yoga. Yoga is great for reducing the cortisol levels in your system, which ultimately is great for reducing your inches and pounds, because cortisol helps to add to your inches and pounds. And cortisol is that hormone that is secreted whenever we are in the flight and fright response. And the flight and fright response is very animalistic. All animals have it. And for women in particular, when we get into that area, we're really stressed out, anxious, maybe even fearful. That cortisol comes with a vengeance. And then you couple that with premenopause, menopausal, even perimenopausal, and that's where the thickening comes from, the thickening in your arms and your stomach and your waist. So one way to beat the cortisol levels and to reduce the inches and pounds and to reduce the stress overall in terms of how it impacts your immune system is yoga. So I do yoga with weights. And so I was going to show you a couple of moves that I do that truly does release stress. And I think sometimes, even though from a scientific level, there's been studies that show that yoga can reduce the cortisol, but I think a lot of that has to do with you're so focused on the moves and breathing that whatever it was that was stressing yourself out over begins to leave, and then your endorphins start going, and then you feel like, wow, that was kind of hard, but I feel so much better. And you also feel a sense of accomplishment. Now, what I'm going to show you is pretty simple, but it can go a long ways towards getting fit, reducing stress, and getting those endorphins going first thing in the morning. Were you going to ask me a question, please?
I was going to mention, now I do something called praise moves, and it's based on yoga, regular yoga positions and that type of thing. But
I know what it is, yeah.
And it's biblically based. And you are absolutely right, because you are so focused, and I mean, okay, because when you first start out, you're not just going to jump in there and be all good. You're going to be like tumbling and moving. And
yes, and I wanted to talk about that too, because sometimes with yoga you feel kind of stupid, like, oh, I can't do this stuff, because the positions, when you take a photograph of it or when you're looking at it, it looks really convoluted, but it isn't. None of these positions go against your natural ability to move.
Right.
What it goes against is your unnatural ability of not being in shape, because it's unnatural for us not to move. Okay? And so your body is kind of used to you not moving, especially in these positions. So you're going to get some resistance. But it's amazing how, after a few months or even less than that, depending on how often you do it, you find yourselves not only being able to do some of these positions, but getting stronger.
Right.
And there's, I'm very familiar with praise moves. I've worked with Rhonda Jones many times in her Christian meditation. And with yoga, it's just the movement that I focus on. It's not all the other stuff that people talk about with yoga, because that's just not what yoga can be. Yoga is another form of fitness.
Right.
What you think about, what you ponder on is up to you. If you want to ponder on scripture or make that your mantra, then you can do that. And that's what Praise Moves does. They have certain moves that are based on yoga that they've applied to scripture for those Christians that have this thing about doing yoga. But whether you apply it to scripture or not, it is still okay for you to do it, because I don't think if you happen to be a Christian and you're doing yoga that all of a sudden you're going to start, worshiping whatever it is people think that you worship if you're moving yoga.
Exactly.
Yoga is like aerobics, stretching, weightlifting. It's the same kind of thing.
And the cool thing is you can do it in your house. You have no excuse.
Right.
You don't have to go. You can get up and just begin to do the moves and the positions and postures, and you really do feel better once
really do.
you
and I think that if you have these fears about doing yoga, you're really missing out on a very low impact way to get in shape.
Exactly. And
it's a low impact way, and what happens is as you begin to do more of it, then you find yourself wanting to do other things as well for your body. And in my program, Total Wellness Transformation, we use a combination of yoga and interval walking.
Oh,
and right
that
now,
sounds
I'm outside
good.
my window, and I haven't walked in a couple of days because it's just been so on again, off again. But I don't care if it starts pouring down rain. I am walking today because I need that. What they have found with walking is that it's the getting out in nature part that really does add to your overall feeling of well-being.
Yes.
Yes, it does. And it gets those endorphins going, which encourage you to do more things. You go out for a good walk, you're ready for your day. So, can I show you these positions real quick? Some of them?
Yes.
I didn't have time. I didn't set up my stage the way I wanted to because I was too busy trying to figure out why can't I get online.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
So we're just going to be going by, this is truly live internet television. First of all, let me find my weights. Where are my weights? I just had them. Holy Toledo. Did I push them down somewhere? Okay. I think when I was running around trying to get online that I laid my weights down somewhere in the gray fog. Who knows where they are? Okay. But anyway, I use 5-pound weights. And when I first get started, and you probably cannot see this, but when I first get started, I try grounding myself. So until like I'm on the floor, okay? So I'm sitting with a cross-legged position with my arms open up. And this is, from a spiritual perspective, the ability to receive, okay, whatever it is that God is telling you while you were doing your moves, be able to receive and be open. And I get what they call yourself grounded, meaning you shut out those nick monkey thoughts in your mind.
The drunk monkeys.
You shut out the fact that you're probably sleepy and tired and all of that. Now, of course, this is after I've had my lemon water, okay, good 16 ounces of lemon water, and my cup of coffee, and I've also gone through my prayer time and my Bible study time. That's just my regime. So a couple of hours have passed before I start this, okay? So I ground myself, and then after I ground myself, I begin to do my moves, okay? The first move I do is really, really simple, but it goes a long way in terms of beginning to get your focus. It doesn't hurt. This first thing, it doesn't hurt. I just go straight up, and I press this way and hold it. Now, if I have a weight, and it's a 5-pound weight, that gives you even more of a stress for your weight, for your core, okay? And it also tones your arms. And I do this on each side, holding for 10 seconds. The thing that's interesting about yoga is that it is the holding where the workout comes, not just the movement. It's the holding. And a lot of people don't understand that. When you're holding some of these positions, your heart starts pumping to support your efforts, and it becomes cardiovascular, okay? And then after I've done that, I go down, cross my arms like this. Not know if you can see this or not. I'm not going all the way down so you can see it, but I go down as far as I can, and then I hold that for 45 seconds, okay? And while I'm holding this position for 45 seconds, I'm moving my head to the left and to the right. It's a stretch. It kind of gets the kinks out from what's occurred from sitting a long time or even lying down, and it gets the blood circulating, okay? Now, after I've done that, and that's been about 45 seconds, I'll come up and I'll start my first pose, which used to be the thing I hated the most because of having to hold it. But it is the warrior pose. Mm-hmm. And you want to have your body facing this way, okay? And your arms are out this way, and I hold the weights in my arms this way. Oh. And the goal is to keep yourself balanced on the right side and the left side, okay? And you hold it for 10 seconds on each side. Okay, this would be the other side going this way. Excuse my butt. Actually, I don't use it, but anyway. You hold 10 seconds on each side, 5 times each, okay? Then after I have done that, I use my weights again. I get down on the floor, and I use my weights again, and I pull up with my weights, and then I sit back down. And you use your thigh muscles with the weights to lift you up. Use your thigh muscles and your stomach muscles. This really does help with your core, helps with your thigh muscles, okay? And you can do it with or without weights, and you'd be surprised. I did it 5 times. How much of a workout you begin to get by doing something just as simple as that. And with the weights, it gives you a little bit more resistance. Now, some people may not want to use any weights. You might want to use all the weights, or you might want to use weights for some things until you get stronger. I would suggest, if you've never done any of this kind of stuff with weights before, that you do it 2 weeks without weights, and then every other day with weights, and you'll get stronger from that way. Now, the other thing that you cannot see, because I try and you can see it, is let's say I'm in a straddle position, okay, sitting down. I put my arm up like this, and I go over to the side, all the way over, and hold it, okay? And I hold that for at least 10 seconds on each side. I do it 5 times on each side. After I've done that, let's see, I'm breaking it up, so I usually go, oh, something else that you cannot see. Have you ever seen a bridge before?
Okay, show us the bridge.
Let me see. Maybe I can't see all the way out here, and that won't work. Well, let me see. You're going to be down on the floor, okay?
Okay. Yes.
And you're going to be lying down with your arms by your side, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to lift up. You're going to lift yourself up. This is if you were lying down, not on your arms. You lift yourself up, okay? And then you have your arms go back with you at the same time. It's kind of hard to describe, but I don't know if you can see this or not, but no, you can't. No, you can't. I'm lifting my bridge up here.
Yes, I see that.
Okay, that's what that is. And then, after I have done that, there's one more move. What's the other move that I do? Oh, I always finish by holding my pose and then beginning to go down slowly. Now, I can't help this. I automatically turn out because of all the years of dance, but actually the correct pose is to keep your knee pointing parallel as much as possible. And with yoga, it's not so much how correct your positioning is or how high your leg is or any of that. It's really more about taking your body through the paces so that you will feel a sense of energy and in shape. And over time, your body gets strong enough and repositions itself in its correct way with the right instruction. And over time, you begin to see a major change in terms of how stress impacts you and your energy levels throughout the day. So that was really fast, but for anybody who wants to find out more about yoga for stress or yoga for weight release, please contact me, and I'll be glad to share with you more information about that.
Thank you, and we will make sure that Lennis's information is in the chat. This is really good, Lennis, because you've given us a simple way. This is a simple change. This is not like P90X, and you don't want to.
Okay, back in the day.
Yeah, it's like, okay, let's go, and you got to give me 20, and all. No, this is. You can do this. You can make this small change to your daily routine and be more healthy. And you would think that you have to do a lot in order to get it. But this is a little something that's making a big impact and a big change. And it's not stressing your body out, but it's releasing the stress.
It's releasing the stress.
You feel good.
And you want to listen to your body. If your body's saying, then stop. That's okay. Because over time, your body will say, yes, it feels good. But
Yeah.
initially, you're going to get some resistance. And I think the whole thing with yoga or any fitness program that you decide to do is that you be consistent. You know, even if it's a 30-minute you're supposed to do, at the end of 15 minutes, you're like, I'm tired. That's okay. Do what you can every single day. And actually, it shouldn't be every day. You want to give yourself periods of rest. What I do this in the mornings, 5 days a week. I don't do it on Saturdays and Sundays. I do something else. And that's a whole nother topic in terms of fitness is when to do what. Because the idea is that you need time for your body to rest and to build muscle. So you have to rest in between. That's why you hear, if you ever done a weight program, you do a couple of weightlifting. You do a couple of weight, moves or weightlifting moves, and then you rest for 30 seconds, and then you go back and you work out for 2 to 3 minutes, and you rest for a minute or whatever. That's called interval training, giving your body an opportunity to recover and then build up again. That strengthens you as well, and it's a great way to burn fat when you're doing interval training. So with yoga, same kind of thing. If you skip a day, all the work that you've done isn't going to go away because your body has tremendous muscle memory. So when you go back 2 days later, whatever, you're going to go back to where you were before. I'm almost 62, and it amazes me how much of a stretch I can get back after so many years. I haven't danced in almost a year. I've been doing my other stuff, but I haven't danced in almost a year. When I started really working out again, because I'm going to be entering this body sculpting competition in about 6 months, I started slowly working out again. And just for fun, I thought I would do one of my old praise dance routines to see how bad it would really be. And I taped it, because I can't see myself. And after I looked at it, I was like, wow. It wasn't like my greatest, but it wasn't that bad. My body remembered a lot of the muscles that were necessary to do that move, even though I hadn't done it in quite some time. So you'd surprise yourself that you're a lot stronger than you realize you are, a lot more flexible. You just have to tell yourself that regardless of what it might look like or feel like, you're going to achieve that goal of using whatever fitness move or whatever fitness you decide, in this case yoga, to help you reduce the stress. And there's no time like the present. I know it's the holidays. Everybody says, well, we'll wait till the first year. Why not start now?
Right.
Especially when you know the benefit is going to be a clearer mind, more exuberance and energy, and vibrancy, which is my new word, vibrancy. That's my new word.
And I think it's going to be good going into 2019. You've effected a new routine going into 2019 before you got to 2019. And therefore you don't have to stress out with what's my New Year's resolution and blah. This is your New Year's lifestyle.
Make a December decision instead of a New Year's resolution. Start in December to make your decisions now.
Yes.
Now.
December decision for a new lifestyle.
That's right. And I have some really exciting news.
Yay.
I didn't make it to your thing on Monday because I lost track of time. I was working with my business coach and marketing person and my new graphics designer. I'm rebranding. I'm so excited.
Yay.
And I didn't make that decision until Monday. But when I took a look at everything and what's been going on and what it is I want to do next, I'm going to be doing a brand new site. The shell of it should launch by the end of this month of January, and it's Lennis.me.
Lennis.me?
Lennis.me. Vibrant living for women over 40.
Woohoo!
Lovely.
I'm so excited. I know it doesn't seem like a big thing, but I can't tell you how long it took me not to just get to the idea, but for them to point out to me why this is a good idea, because it's never been about promoting me. Never. I've never looked at it.
Yes, but see, here's the thing. We were talking about change last week or earlier this week. Life is a series of constant change. You're not going to be able to sit still. And your business, everybody on here, your business should not remain at a plateau. If you do, the dirt begins to grow over you and stuff happens. Technology takes over. All kind of stuff is going to keep moving if you decide to just sit there.
Yep. This is forcing me to get more relevant. And Wellness Woman magazine will still be there. A lot of other things will still be there, but it will all be housed under Lennis.me. The navigation will be different. New colors. It's still going to be mind, body, spirit, but just
refreshing.
Refreshing, and more of a lifestyle blog. Wellness will always be the focus for me. And a few other things that I enjoy and care about that may not necessarily fall into the wellness genre, but I think that anything that makes you feel better about you, anything that uplifts you, that's wellness. So we're going to have some clothes on there and beauty makeup tips and so much stuff.
Yes, anything that makes you feel, you just said it. There's a tagline in there. I heard it. I have to go back and listen to
this.
You
feel better. Listen to that. Tell me. Let me know what it is.
Because I just heard it.
You feel better is what she said.
Anything that makes you feel better about you?
Yes, anything that makes you feel better about you, you'll find it here.
I'm writing it down.
Yes. That's what we do.
I was like,
I wanted to mention while she's writing that down is that because I have practiced yoga in the past, I would strike a pose in the grocery line, because it strengthens my core. I would do lunges. My kids would be like, Mom, please, not now.
Well, hey, my husband gets really upset with me when I'm dancing down the halls of the grocery store. But, we like to go a lot of times late at night or early in the morning. No one's around. I put on my music and I dance. Now, he did tell me for the holiday season, because people are in there all the time, Mrs. Lennis, you have to make a promise. When you go into the grocery store, do not put your sound in your ears. Because a couple of things have happened when I've been doing some of these things. I don't know. I'm into my own world and I'm dancing down the aisle. It's such a nice long aisle, so good. And then I don't realize that other people have come because I can't hear anything, and they're like. But anyway, you can
in the grocery store.
That's right. Hey, the grocery store, mall, anything that involves a lot of walking and movement, it's a great time to do it. And most people are listening to their own stuff too, and they probably won't listen to you. They probably won't even know this.
Well, but you chose what you were going to listen to. They may be listening to the Drunk Monkeys or the all of the other weird stuff that's going in your head, but you chose to listen to the music that gives you vibrancy, that gives you life, and then you're expressing that. You never know, just by you doing the dance in the grocery store, who else is going to get set free.
I've never had anybody say, "Girl, you look crazy." So one time I had a couple that was there, and they were like, I heard that, like, I wasn't doing much. I was just, moving, doing a certain kind of a walk, and doing things with my arms and all that kind of stuff. And they were like, "Oh," my husband.
But that's okay, because sometimes the other people around us don't get it, our freedom. They don't.
I love that you said that. Just real quick. May I please say? God will send you the people who are going to support you and be your amen corner. And sometimes it's always not members of your family, your spouse, your significant other. Many times it's not that, because sometimes they're too close to it and they just don't get it. But don't let that be what motivates you. Don't let your affirmation or let needing to be affirmed. Don't let that be the reason why you stop doing what you want to do or what you've been dreaming about, because your family doesn't get it.
Yes.
God will send you people like the Biz Chicks to affirm you and to encourage and motivate and inspire you. Do not do that. I have dealt with that off and on for 10 years, and I'm still here. Yeah. Because I made a decision that I was not going to let that be the thing that affirms me. So, just wanted to
don't put your dream on hold waiting for approval of others.
Don't do it.
And Linus actually dances like no one's watching. Dance because
I do.
Because how many people watching live or on the replay, you are not dancing and you love to dance, or you're not playing your violin because someone else didn't like the sound of strings, or whatever it is. Why are you doing or not doing something because someone else's disapproval? Go do paint. Pull out the brush, start drawing, start writing, do whatever it is, and just do it. And have fun at it.
So much better. It unlocks something. It unlocks something when you do what it is that God has placed on your heart to do. I don't know if I think I've shared this kind of thing before, but, this, God unlocked something in me to create this. I do a lot of adult coloring, and I've got literally now hundreds of these that I do. when I'm in meetings, when I just need a break and need to create and think about stuff or whatever, when I'm feeling down or getting anxious because I don't feel like I'm doing enough, I start doing this. And it has blessed me abundantly. And I didn't even know I could do anything like this. It was just something that happened on my 60th birthday. God told me to go to the store and buy some gel pens and an adult coloring book. And it opened up a whole thing. And now I have hundreds of gel pens and hundreds of these things. I don't know what I'm going to do with them. But anyway, it unlocked something that I
maybe you can use them in your workshop.
Yes, and then give them to people to help them.
I do. I do. In fact, I have to give some to you guys. I'm going to send them to you. I don't know when I'm going to see you. I don't know when your next wonderful Monday.
First Monday. Just bring them to First Mondays.
You're not going to have another First Monday till January, right?
Right.
Okay.
But it's still, I mean, it'll still be a very welcome addition. See, because sometimes people think, oh, I can't draw. And the little, I just do stick figures. Let me tell you something about the stick figures. People are getting paid to draw the little stick figures for business presentations and that type of thing. So it's okay to have stick figures.
Who's doing the illustrations for the Whoopi Kids Diary?
It's a stick figure.
Wow, isn't that something?
So what someone else is criticizing, it doesn't have to be a Picasso, because Picasso stuff looks a little weird to somebody, but somebody drew it and paid millions for it. And I'm like, okay, yeah, alrighty then.
Isn't that something?
Well, I want to give a shout out to those folks who are listening in. Clara's here from Florida, and Lisa's here, and we had Donna from. Was it Green?
Maryland, the D.C., Maryland area.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's where my daughter is, honey.
Yes. And we had Maureen in, and Maureen's on her way to
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Woohoo!
Jamaica! Wow.
Yeah, to help. She has one mission. And so we're just excited. And Pat Murray was in here from North Carolina. So we got folks who are watching you, Linus, and we want them to follow you. Subscribe to her magazine. It is complimentary, and and to know that they can think better about themselves and learn how to do better by following you.
And is it womenwellness40.com?
It's wellnesswoman40.com.
Okay, see, I got that backwards. Let me make sure because I'm putting it in the chat.
Thank you.
Wellnesswoman40.com.
And see, the other thing is, a lot of people put off their wellness, trying to do everything else for everybody, trying to, they got a cape on, but they haven't done their calisthenics, and they haven't worked out or anything, but they want to put on the cape and go fly and rescue people.
Well, the other thing, too, is that they're making sure everybody else takes care of their health. They're actually the caretaker. You're going to do this, you're going to do that, you're going for a walk. But I'm so tired, I'm just going to sit down.
Oh, I forgot one of the moves. We can go out with this last move.
Okay.
Remember when I was talking about the warrior pose?
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is similar. You're already, after you've done the warrior pose, you're already like this. Then you lean on your front leg, get your weight, because I think this is a great one for anybody to do weights. And it's going to develop, it's going to open up your hip flexors right up here, but it's also going to define your thigh up here and also your legs, okay? Your foot is straight, your back leg is turned out. You get the weight, and you bring it up to here. And then down, and then up to here. And you do that 5 times. Now, I've been doing this for a while, so I do it 10 times, okay, with the weight, okay, or without the weights. And it also helps with the gluteus maximus. I mean, I would be even larger in my gluteus maximus if I was not doing this. So I just wanted to show you that part because it's really a great move to do to complement the warrior pose. So.
Nice.
So, I know the show is almost over, but for those of you who happen to be sitting, stand up right now with me and just, woo! Get your blood flowing, start moving.
Get up, Terry. You're going to have to move your...
I don't have enough room, but my set will not allow me to get up.
Okay, and we're doing what?
Nancy's going to get up with me. Just move. I mean, your body is
I can do this, though. I can move.
You can move, people.
It feels so good. Don't feel silly. There you go. In fact, you should do this every time you have something to celebrate. Just say yes, okay?
That sounds good.
Celebrate your body, your spirit, and all that God has given you.
Now, hopefully, you all stood up and didn't just sit there watching us. Because you can stand up at work.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Stand up and move while you're at work. And they tell us that we need to get up out of the chair anyway.
Don't forget the ball for those of you who can use it.
Yes, I have my ball. I just have to. I have to blow it up now, but I have it.
All right.
So, and then when I'm finished here, I'm going to do my, it's roughly about 30 minutes of praise moves, and I'm going to add the weights to mine this time. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. If you have the 2-pound weights, it might be a good way to start. 2.5 pound weights.
Yes.
And then 5-pound weights, and you'd be surprised the difference within a short period of time if you incorporate weights in any kind of movement that you do when you can.
And then even if you are taking them on a walk with you.
Now,
little wrist weights.
Here's the other thing. If you don't have weights, start with some water bottles. Some empty plastic water bottles, fill them up with water, and use them till you can afford some weights. It's not...
See, what Terry is saying, there really is no excuse for you not to get out and move. And you're doing this for you. You are doing this to help you move and be better. Then you can help someone else because your mind will be cleared. You will be, there won't be any fog. Because see, what Lennis also talked to us about is hydrating in the morning and being prepared for the day. These are all intentional changes. These are all things that you planned. You planned this change to help you for the rest of your life. Making this change, because we're talking about changes today and the importance of, change happens. Change is going to happen with or without you, whether or not you're going to be healthy or not. You get to dictate that. You can do something about it. You just don't have to just, well, this is what happens when you get this way. No, who said that?
I agree.
We get to decide how it's going to be.
You're the captainess or the captainista of your ship.
I like that, captainista.
No one else. You really, truly are. And I know we give so much of our power away without even realizing it to our kids, to our husbands, our significant others, our parents, people we work with. But it's time for you to start giving back to you. That's okay. You don't need permission to do that. You want to leave the house and go for a walk for 20 minutes and somebody saying, but Mom, this, they can wait for 20 minutes, okay? How many times have you waited for them to do something for you? So therefore, there's nothing wrong. Putting yourself on the front burner enables you to continue helping everybody else that's in your life. Because I know the women who are listening to this, you guys have a lot more going on than just starting your businesses or running your businesses. You have a plethora of things that have nothing to do necessarily with your business that you do for others all the time.
Correct.
And what we're saying is to put yourself, what do you say, on the front of the line?
Yeah.
Don't forget to put yourself
at the
front of your own line.
So here's the thing. You can't lead at the back of the line. You have to be at the front of the line to lead.
Yes.
Oh, what they say, you can't lead where you don't go, and you can't teach what you don't know.
But if you look at it, the person that's leading the parade is not leading the parade from the back of the line. You have to go to the front of the line to lead. So when Terry says every week, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. And that line means that you're going to be leading a lot of people, but you need to be in the front. Stop putting everybody else in front. You go into the front. Be ready to lead.
Amen.
You can't lead from the back.
Yep. Absolutely not. And part of running your own business is finding different ways to keep yourself motivated. Because if you're looking outside yourself for motivation, it's not always there. And you're going to have to find a way to keep yourself motivated. And one way to do that is to start moving and start exercising. It helps you feel better about yourself. And all of a sudden, you have that extra energy or you have that motivation to finish that blog or to follow up on that, could be sell, to do whatever it is you've been kind of putting off because you're so vested in what the outcome should be. Maybe, be more vested in the idea of what happens if I don't work out today, instead of being vested of what happens if she doesn't decide to buy from me. What happens is that's just one more step closer to the yes. But it's hard to see that when you're not giving yourself that break from the computer and everything else and from your business and doing something good for you. Yes. Mm-hmm. I did something good for me yesterday. I went for a walk. I walked up to the mall because I'm not far from Sunrise Mall. It's about maybe half a mile, whatever. I kept looking, waiting for it to break outside, the fog. And said, I'm going to walk anyway. I got a hood. I got some rain boots. So I go up there and I walk through Penny's. Now, unfortunately, this particular mall is slowly dying. I mean, all the stores are leaving. And so I walked through Penny's and I stopped in the shoe department. I've never bought a pair of shoes at Penny's in my life. And there were these boots there, kind of cute. And, they were selling them for like $120, and they had a bunch of them there. And I said, how come you guys have so many boots here? What happened? She says, well, Black Friday, not as many people showed up, to buy them, so we're discounting them. And she had just been putting them out, because I walked through there like at 10:15, they opened at 10. I said, oh, well, how much are they? And she said, we're marking them down to, marking them down to $19.99. And I said, oh.
90%? Go ahead.
Yeah. that wasn't my goal to go shopping or to buy anything for myself. But I said, you know what? I haven't done anything nice for myself this week. It's not because it's Christmas or anything else, nothing special. But I have a little extra money here, $20 that I would have spent on doing something else, probably for my grandkids or whatever. Here's my card. So, do those special things for yourself and be okay with it. Be okay with it. I'm telling you, when you're an entrepreneur, you have to look for reasons to stay engaged. You have to look for reasons to get excited and motivated. And don't let anybody rain on your parade. We do stuff like that.
Well, I know you're making extra money. You could have done.
No. No, cancel the spirit of black. Cancel the spirit of black. You will always have more than enough. Always. And do something special for yourself. Okay, I'm done. I just need to be.
No, this is good because this is why we're here to help encourage. On Thursday, this is all about physical health, mental health, and things that are going to keep us vibrant and moving in our business. So no necessity to apologize, because that is why we're here on Thursday. Because if we don't remind each other that it's okay to stop, walk outside, smell the roses, bundle up, go. Just go. Sometimes you may not have to. You may not be able to tell somebody. Just go, because.
Girl, there's something so freeing about just going.
Yes.
There really is. There really is. It takes whatever.
The thing is, too, Linus, all these sheroes, I'm saying to you, if you can't do it for yourself, do it for whoever, for the kids or whoever you think is a better priority, but do it. Whatever your justification is, because you're going to benefit from it.
Absolutely.
It's good. And I think I have a dog because the dog wants to go for a walk. That it makes me, I have to go and take her for a walk.
They say pet owners live longer because of that. Because it forces them to walk, exercise, interact, care about something other than themselves.
Yeah, so I take her for a 20-minute walk. I sometimes take her for a longer than a 20-minute walk, just depending on the day. But get out and walk. Find somebody else to walk with if there's someone in your neighborhood that you want to walk. Terry, remember we used to pull out the phone and Periscope our walks? Hey, today we're up on the river.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Periscope?
It's still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I haven't been on it in a while, but you can Periscope or FaceTime your walk. Hey, everybody, I'm going for a walk today, and do virtual walks with people. Walk together at the same time. Put your phone on and show what you're seeing. You know, FaceTime allows you to have 30 people in a group. If you're on iPhone, you can do a call. Video call, but so can you do a video call with Messenger. You can put people in a group and everybody walks and shows what they're looking at while they're walking.
That is so cool. I like that, because when we walked around the world, we would talk to people and they would, show us stuff.
And there were people from Turkey, people from somewhere else, and I'm talking all over the world, were literally walking with us.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. Might have to break that out again.
Yeah, I haven't been on there in a long time. I used to enjoy it, though, and I had a nice little following, and then I don't know what happened. I kind of got away from it, but it is a lot of fun, and it's a great way to meet people in other ways that you wouldn't have met necessarily in the other mediums that you normally go to. Not that they're not on there, but you get a chance to intersect with folks in a different way. So.
And I'm just saying to you also, to everyone, that you can do it on Facebook, because Facebook Messenger allows you to have groups of people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Cool.
And so you don't have to walk by yourself.
Okay.
And pretty soon you can have a bunch of folks walking with you too, because it's hard to watch somebody. It's hard to watch someone walking, and you're not.
Yeah, because you feel like you should be moving too.
Well, you just gave me an idea for my next lap that I'm going to do in my group in just a little bit.
See?
Woo! We might join in on that, because I might go for a walk.
If I get off here, if I can charge my phone, I don't know where my phone's at.
So charge your phone, and if you go live, I'm going to join you, because I'm going to go walking. I'm going to I'm going for a walk. Take the dog for a walk.
I think I need to go and get a USB cord for my phone first, because it hasn't charged after 15 minutes. So I will be doing the walk, though. It'll probably be around 11, because I have a show to do in about an hour. But around 11 o'clock, I will be on walking, and I will dial in to see if anybody wants to walk with me.
Yay! See, this is good. Hopefully we've encouraged all those who are watching live and on the replay to get up and move. Just go. It's okay. Just go. And this is change. Change is necessary. Change is going to happen with or without you. So let's have some fun with the change. Walk, dance, move, do something. and just do it. Move. Your body wants to move. It does not like staying still. Oh, because it's too much like a grave.
Yeah, you don't see too much movement in the grave.
No. Nope, not at all. And sitting still gets you closer to that position, and we don't want you to be there. So let's move.
This is very true. When you're not getting up and moving, blood isn't circulating to all the vital organs, and if they're not being nourished, then over time they start to break down. It's simple science. It's absolutely true. And I've had a personal experience with that with my husband, just not moving around enough, and he ended up having a heart attack. Not one, but two. I'm not,
just not moving.
Yeah. So, and as you get older, in our case in the 60s, it's imperative. It's funny. You shouldn't move less as you get older. You have to move more. That's the only thing you might want to take with you from your 20s.
Is move. Now,
all the drama and all the snacking and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, movement.
Now, let me tell you, my mom has a black belt in Taekwondo.
Wow.
Yeah, and don't mess with her. She'll flip you in a heartbeat. I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Okay.
And then I asked, how old is your mom?
86, 87.
Okay, see, there is no reason why. She's standing on the shoulders of Ernestine Shepherd.
Yeah.
How old is Ernestine? I think she's 84, 85.
How about the lady? How about the other lady that runs and she's 102 or something, and she's running?
Yeah.
I was like, what? 102 and she's running. Running, people, not walking.
Running. For her life.
And I read her book. She had a lot of tragedy, children killed, and she was just going downhill really fast. And her daughter said, "Mom, come with me, come walk with me." And her daughter got her out the house because she was not doing well, just all in whatever was happening. And her daughter got her out the house and said, "Come with me on this run," because her daughter ran marathons and stuff. And so, she began to run with her daughter.
Wow.
And now I'm like, wow.
Isn't that something?
102.
No excuses, ladies.
None.
Alrighty, I feel rejuvenated already.
Very good. That's the goal.
Get up and move. So,
That's the goal.
and see, you can stay vibrant through the holidays, and it's okay if you eat enjoy the holiday food, but it's not going to be the focus, because you're going to get out and move and walk and take the kids that, if you're going to a holiday where there's a lot of people, have you noticed where people go and play football or something, throw a ball or do something while the food's being cooked?
Yes. Absolutely. That's a great idea. It gets the hormones, the endorphins going. People probably have a much better time together when they do something physical together. It really does bring families closer together. And if you do have any weird aggressions going on or weird energies going on, you can just work all that out on the football field or the basketball court.
Right.
Or softball or whatever it is you guys do together.
Right. So thank you, everyone. Linus, thank you. You always bring us some really good tips and information.
You're welcome. Thank you. And I think this is the last show that I'm doing with you for the 2018
season. But we're going to get you back in 2019 because we definitely...
I'll be honored to do so. Thank you.
Yes. And so wellnesswomen40.com. You need to go and sign up for the news, the magazine, and it's a free subscription. Get over there, and here's a safe place for you to learn about your health. You don't have to go and, trying to figure it out from somebody on the internet and you don't know them. You see Linus here quite often. So follow her, get some tips, and these are simple tips. You're not going to be all stressed out by doing them. Terry, thank you. And tomorrow we're talking tech. We're going to be talking about stories, how to use them, and best practices for stories. And we're going to start.
Real quick, Francine.
Yes.
What do you do?
I'm a real estate broker. Yeah, real estate broker, and I run BizChicks with Terry.
Okay, and Terry, what do you do?
I do California cover-ups, which is custom items for first ladies, leading ladies, and women who do business.
Okay. Well, let me thank you guys publicly for all that you do outside of that for other women, to encourage them to become entrepreneurs and to be successful in their own right. You guys do a lot. And just thank you. Thank you so much for all that you did.
You're welcome. Thank you. We enjoy doing this. We really enjoy doing this. This is, once we found out what it is that we do, you can lock in once you discover it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, great teaming.
Yes. And all of you everybody that is here is a part of this team because you share your information. We're going to have Lisa come on. We're going to have Clara come on. We're going to have Pat come on. Everybody has genius to share.
Yes.
And we need it shared so that we can all grow up together and get this done. There should not be anybody who's not doing well in business at all. Not at all. So we'll be back tomorrow talking tech. And then on Monday, we have Dr. Dion will be with us. That's the 17th? That's the 10th. Okay, we have somebody else on the 10th. Dr. Dion is on the 17th. You all are going to like her. But on the 10th, I got to find out who's coming in. But it's going to be good for our coffee thoughts. So thank you all. We will be back tomorrow. Invite a friend. Dick and Jane Build a Business is out. Get a copy. We'll sign it for you if you'd like. let's just, Terry, what do you want to tell them? Don't forget to what?
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line.
We need you. We need you to lead. So please go to the front of your line. All right, everybody. Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Many happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Bye-bye.